Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fakhri Ahmad. My student identification number is 2110732023. This video is a reading report of second language acquisition class C. In this video, I would like to talk about a brief history of second language learners. The first is in 1950s and 1960s. In 1950s, there is a language pedagogy called progressive uh, that bring out one of a version of structuralism um, structuralism that developed by the British linguist named Palme in 1920s. Then it is continued by Fries and Michigan College in 1940s. Next is about behaviorism. It is the way we learn first language by the simple, which is we are uh, just learn by set of a bunch of new habit as a response to the stimuli in our environment. But the problem came when we are learning the second language, because we already have a well established process in our mind. The problem is uh, how do we replacing those habit into a new one. Next is uh, behaviorism under attack. Chomsky attacked to the Skinner's view about the children is learning language by imitating, uh, but Chomsky didn't disagree with what Skinner said. Chomsky believed that uh, a child has say innate faculty in their mind to help them to guide learning a new language. Next is in 1970s. It is about the first language acquisition. As we know, first language acquisition is the way we acquire our first language, or the language that we learn for the first time, or also known as mother tongue. It does also talk about the process how child acquire their language. For example, like first the child is crying, next their own breath, chewing, and then in 6 weeks they are bubbling, and so on and so forth. Next is about second language learning, birth of error analysis. It showed that in this case, it showed that the majority of error made by the learner of the second language, it is not influenced of it is not influenced because of their native language or first language, but it is influenced because of their because of their learner internal origin. Also, we know as we already learned before, error analysis is the systematic investigation to investigate the error that the learners do. Next material is about uh, morpheme order studies and second language learning. Second language morpheme order studies inspired by the work of Roger Brown and in 1973 yeah 1973. um, Brown found consistent immigrants of the grammatical morpheme in his longitudinal study, and this case is also found in other expert studies. Next is about Croatian monitor model. There are five basic hypotheses in this model. The first one is acquisition learning hypothesis. The acquisition learning hypothesis. Basically, it is explained about the differences between acquiring and learning language. Next is monitor hypothesis. It suggests that monitor act as an act, act as an internal editor for language. For language. Next is natural order hypothesis. It is the natural sequence of the learners acquire their grammatical structures of language. Next is input hypothesis. Uh, Language is acquired when learners are exposed to comprehensible input. The last hypothesis is the effective filter hypothesis. It is an emotional factors can act as an filter of the second language acquisition. And last is in 1980s and beyond. In mid 1980s, SLA researchers research was no longer subordinate to the to the immediate practical requirement of curriculum. Research on language structure and the use of it still going until now as still going until now extensively, and so with the research of variation and the change of language. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.